Interesting. Wilson Blade V8 1820. How does it play? Let's have a look. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video. Today we got the 1820 Wilson Blade V8. I wanted to do this review, guys, right before I give you my review of the V9, so you can actually get like a good comparison. So with this one, just like the 1619 one, Wilson kept the technology that was originally used in the Blade V7, which was called FieldFlex, and they called it 45. Basically, guys, this material increases stability and help the racket bend in different ways to accommodate like the modern game, if I should say. Again, just like the 1619, Wilson also introduced a technology which was called Direct Connect, which basically fuses the butt cap directly to the carbon fiber portion of the handle for added stability. And I don't know what you guys think of this paint, which is technically called chameleon paint, which actually activates subtle colors changes depending on angle light condition. But I don't think it's like the prettiest one of Wilson, but I don't think it's that bad. But let me know, guys, down below what you think. To me, I found that if you are a baseliner, it is actually a great racket for flat hitters, mostly because of the string patterns. But it also has a phenomenal touch at the net, which I will discuss a little bit later on. One thing that I really noticed is this racket is definitely softer than the previous version. If we take a look at the specs, as you can see, the two major differences are the swing weight and the stiffness. And as you can see, the swing weight compared to the previous one is actually a 7-point difference, which is quite significant if you were like a fan of the previous blade, or if you always found that the blades were too heavy for you. This one might be interesting. Me personally, I always prefer like a stiffer racket because I always feel like the ball is shooting out of the string bed quicker. But again, this is just my personal opinion. On the other hand, it slices really, really well. For that play test, I actually tried a hybrid setup. I strung it with Luxilon Element in the main and Wilson NXT in the crosses at around 50 pounds. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you know that I like to string my racket in the high 50s, so I could have easily went to 53 and 54 pounds, simply because these strings are soft strings. It is still quite comfortable, easy to swing, maneuverable, and quite whippy to accelerate due to the lower swing weight. Kind of a tricky situation, or spot I should say. It's hard for me for now to generate a decent amount of spin. I'll keep trying. So yeah, spin wise, it was a bit challenging for me, as it is with pretty much any 1820 racket. Obviously some models may vary, but it's definitely something that I struggle with. So because of the lower swing weight, I found that you have a little less plow through when going through your shot. But if you are a player who always wished that the swing weight was lower on the blades, this one might actually be interesting for you. Also, one thing to keep in mind, guys, I previously mentioned it in my 1619 review of the blade, that the length of the grip is actually shorter. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly on this picture here. I try to put it as best as I could so you can get like a good idea. But it's definitely something noticeable when you have them both side by side in your hand. If you have a one-handed backhand, you shouldn't feel or you shouldn't have any issue at all, if I should say. But if you have a double-handed backhand, just give it a try, just to see how you feel. The launch angle is kind of low with this racket, so it took me like by surprise a little bit, which I shouldn't be surprised because it is a 1820, but I felt like I always needed to adjust compared to the 1619. So if you are looking for a higher launch angle racket, I would probably stick with the 1619 one. Because to me the trade-off with this 1820 is you are replacing spin for power. So now the decision becomes what do you like best and what suits your game better. It's a little better spin-wise for some reason from this side compared to the other side. I'm still missing a little bit of spin for myself. So in that area, I think I would prefer the 1619 pattern, which I previously tested, but not a bad playtest so far. At the net, it felt really stable for volleys. Great feel on smashes too. The combination of weight, balance, and string pattern made it feel like the ball would stay on my string like forever. I always felt like it was giving me an extra time to decide where to place my volleys. Also, off-center shot felt forgiving. I felt like the sweet spot was actually quite generous. It was also very easy to redirect incoming fastballs, and as it was very stable and still maneuverable enough during reaction volleys. I tend to gravitate more towards a stiffer racket at the net. I would also say pretty much in any area on a tennis court, but this racket at the net was impressive. On serve, it was very easy to hit my targets. And I found that for some reason, the kick serve had a lot of bite on it. It felt also great for flat serve. I was able to move the ball like quite confidently with this. To me, this racket is more of a precise racket than a powerful one on serve, even though it is a whippy racket. So if you are looking for accuracy and consistency in a racket, this one should definitely fit you very well. Really good on serving, this blade. Very easy to generate kick serve and to flatten it out once in a while. I like it a lot of control. So overall, to me, if I had to compare it, I would say it's close to the Yonex V-Core Pro 97D, except the Yonex is a bit stiffer. So if I had to choose between those two blades, I would pick the 1619 one. There you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you. If it did, feel free to give me a like. It helps the channel to grow. Also, if you got any questions or comments, feel free to write them down below. It will be my pleasure answering them. If this racket and all the gear that I've used in this video seems appealing to you, they will be also linked down below. Till next time, and remember guys, you got this.